Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Mohammed Nasser and I am a solution consultant here at ServiceNow. In this recording, I'm going to be going over what's new in the new ServiceNow release of Roam in security operations. Within this presentation, I'll be covering all the new and exciting additions to the security incident response and vulnerability response. Both of these solutions fall under the umbrella of our security operation module. Now let's start with security incident response. Microsoft Azure Sentinel Incident Ingestion Integration. Now our security incident response customers can ingest events from Microsoft Azure Sentinel to gain the security data they need from these solutions to streamline and centralize incident response. This integration is part of the June store release and is included in all security incident response licensing as well as security operations enterprise licensing. The solution is automated incident creation from integration with multiple Microsoft security technologies, Azure Sentinel, Defender ATP, Azure Security Center. With bidirectional communication, filtering, and event aggregation, with ServiceNow Security Incident Response, this creates the best of both worlds: ServiceNow's system-wide visibility, workflow efficiencies, and scalability, with all the visibility rich from insights from Microsoft solutions. ServiceNow Security Operation with Microsoft integration delivers a number of key benefits to enterprises. Cut through the noise to get unified view of all Microsoft points, solutions, giving your IT and security teams the transparency and information they need to prioritize and act on incidents. Simplify management and response to security issues with a central platform for IT and security teams. Connect security and IT teams, making task handoff smoother and resolution fast. Reduce the burden on the security and IT teams and decrease potential errors by automating security incident response processes. Easily customize security workflows to allow for scaling teams as needed. Gain greater confidence that you are making the correct decision in planning, management, and incident response, and get deeper knowledge of your security posture and current security status, with the data needed to improve processes and team performance. ZSClear for security incident response integration. Rapid triage and containment of threats to reduce impact from cybersecurity incidents. This will be available for Security Incident Response Professional or SecOps Enterprise. Security Incident Response integrates with ZSClear Internet access to drive incident response by triaging with threat intelligence context and blocking indication of compromise at the gateway. Now let's go over what's new in vulnerability response. Application vulnerability response enhancement. We will now offer application vulnerability response that helps ensure application vulnerabilities and prioritized alongside infrastructure and configuration vulnerabilities, reflecting the rise in breaches traced to application vulnerabilities. Please note that this capability requires the professional vulnerability response licensing or security operation enterprise licensing. This vulnerability response capability integrates with Veracode to scan for DAST, Dynamic App Security Testing, SAST results and determine the riskiness of the vulnerability and enable vulnerability teams to centralize all the data, offering full visibility into vulnerability exposure and then orchestrate the remediation workflow. Microsoft Threat and Vulnerability Management Integration. Expanding the vulnerability response integration with Microsoft TVM to ingest assets, vulnerabilities, and recommendation information to prioritize the vulnerabilities and automatically assign and group the vulnerabilities using customer-defined rules in the vulnerability response module. This comes with the vulnerability response standard. This vulnerability response capability integrates with Microsoft Threat and Vulnerability Management to prioritize the vulnerabilities imported from Microsoft TVM. Vulnerability response populates the recommendation details at the VI levels to provide additional guidance to the remediation teams to patch the vulnerability within time. Tenable for vulnerability response integration. Integrate with Tenable SC version 5.12 and earlier for FIPS compliant organization. included with VR Standard, VR Pro, and SecOps Enterprise. The new application vulnerability response for Tenable, developed and supported by ServiceNow, was built using ServiceNow best practices and validated by Tenable to meet complex customer requirements. The app provides our joint customer with new options to establish and manage their security IT workflow, while helping to ensure they still have the insight they need to execute on a risk-based approach to vulnerability management. Thank you everyone, and we hope to see you again on the new ServiceNow releases.